It is now time for Ask the Expert. As we're preparing for the new year, some of you might be thinking about how to change certain patterns to better help your life.
We want to help you
That's right.
have a better year. Joining us live this afternoon, keynote speaker and peak performance coach, Dr. Joe Johnson. And we're not moving into a new year without getting ourselves help because it's a new decade and a lot of us have new goals. What does this mean for all of us, Dr. Joe?
Well, I think, there's a musical philosopher named Trey Songz who says, I think I'm about to dive in. And every time I think about that song, I think about how many of us, we never dive fully into our careers or our relationships or our personal lives. And it's important for us to understand what could happen in the span of just 10 years if you dive all the way in.
That's very smart, and you mentioned something called the R4 process.
Yeah, you got four things for us.
The R4 process. So the first one is reflect, and we have to reflect. And oftentimes when we begin to reflect, what people do is they begin to compare themselves to everybody else. But reflection is about looking at what you did or did not do to get you to where you are. And the second part of that is release, because so many of us live in a constant state of pain, hurt, and anger, and we got to release ourselves.
Got to let that go.
You might need professional help, right? But you also got to forgive those who did whatever they did to you. Forgive yourself.
Absolutely.
And I'll be truly honest, it usually takes a drastic incident for us to realize that we've been operating on beliefs and actions that were only meant to get us through that time of our lives when we were in survival mode, and many of us are no longer in survival mode.
Yeah, that is so profound. Now, when you say, what do you mean when you say reprogram? Because a lot of us don't want to do that. We don't want to reflect. Sometimes we just have to sit back and reprogram.
So reprogram, just like a computer or your cell phone, we've been programmed. And reprogramming, for me, when I think about it, it's about respecting where you are, but honoring where you are going. And to do that, you got to get around not just successful people, but get around successful people who radiate the type of positive energy and love that allows them to retrieve and receive everything that they deserve. And when you do that, you'll gain the mindset and the skills that'll help you get to your next level, because it'll move from them right into you.
Okay, that last R we need to get 2020 going, right?
Absolutely. The last R, very simple, restart. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, or 50, we all have the capacity to restart, right? And restarting is all about making sure you understand if your actions are not aligned with your purpose, your soul will speak to you and tell you to do something different. But so many of us, we don't do it.
We don't. We just go through life and exist, and we have to reflect. Socrates once said, the unexamined life is not worth living. I truly believe that, and I could listen to you all day.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to say, we got to understand that we are all a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. So it's time to dive all the way into this new decade and move forward with purpose and intention.
All right.
I can see why he's a keynote speaker.
There you go. Have a question for our expert, send an email, asktheexpert@tmj4.com. If you'd like, you can leave a voicemail. The number is right there on your screen.